Hi everybody, here I am with my Jordan Peterson test results from my personality test. I'm pleased with them. They came out exactly the way I thought they would. I'm 55 years old. I started studying personality tests, personality characteristics, I guess, back in my 20s. At the time, I used to take these tests to see who I was and where I fit in. And back there in the day, I was a very sanguine personality with strong choleric tendencies. The thing about personality tests is why you take them is not just to say, oh, this is who I am, end of story, but it's to see what your inclinations are, where you fall, like what's the first thing you're going to do, and try to reform yourself. Try to say, okay, this is what I do. A sanguine person is very flighty. Like they just, they never finish anything. They're the life of the party. They're all these things, but I mean, they're kind of fun, but in generally, it's not very good personality traits. So after learning about myself, I've spent all that time over the years reforming and correcting my personality so that I would put myself in a position of exactly where I wanted to be. And Jordan Peterson's test kind of shows that I have done that. We're just going to go down here. My agreeableness is moderately high. I'm in the 74th percentile. People with moderately high levels of agreeableness are seen by others as cooperative, warm, considerate. They are likely to look for and even sometimes to see the best in others. I'm a Catholic, so that is what we're required to do. That exactly right there. We are required to see the best in others. So, it's not that big of a stretch of imagination that over the last 20 years I have been spending all my efforts and all my energies in trying to make it so that when I see another person, I see the best in them. This, I was not surprised by this at all. Flexible, gentle, patient, all these things. Women are higher in agreeableness than men. I would agree to that, absolutely. Okay, test score number 2, compassion. I am typical or average, and I am in the 42nd percentile. If I could raise that a bit, I probably would. I would probably like to be sitting at the 50 percentile. I'd like to be sitting in the middle. People who are typically compassionate people are reasonably interested in the problems of other people and other living things. They are somewhat concerned about helping other people avoid negative emotion, but are willing to stand their ground even when others get upset. They make time and do things for others, but balance that with fulfilling their own needs and interests. Well, I don't know about fulfilling my own needs and interests, but when I think about compassion, it's not always compassionate to let people think things are not what they are. Compassion sometimes revolves around people doing what's best for people, and sometimes that can be very hurtful to them. You have to be able to stand your ground. You have to know when you have to say the things that are hurtful and when that's not necessary. So let's move on down here to politeness, very high. I'm in the 92nd percentile. I'm very polite. Very polite people are strikingly deferential to authority and are uncommonly obedient. They are frequently respectful and hate to appear to be pushy. They are typically uncomfortable challenging other people. Very polite people will try diligently to avoid conflict and have an intense desire to steer clear of confrontation or fights. I think that the biggest thing with politeness, and this is finding your place on the ladder. That's why I'm uncommonly obedient, is because if you are above me on the ladder, I'm going to recognize your authority. If you are below me on the ladder, I am going to be your authority. Like I said, it's been 20 years of figuring this out. Okay, I'm going to stop there.